Thank you, John. Thank you for the invitation. And I'm telling you, when I got the invitation to be here, I was so excited because this is something that I love talking about, the journey between fear and ignorance and love and education. And if I could just come to you tonight as a wife, a mother, a woman of faith, and an advocate, and just share the lessons that I've learned in a very short amount of time. But before that, you need to understand that I'm probably the least politically minded person you will ever meet. I was raised to believe that, I should never talk about money, should never talk about sex or question authority. And that caused a lot of problems in my life. And it was a quick journey from the church to the pride parade without losing my faith, without losing um, the relationship with my child. So the journey that took us there, I had to learn a lot of lessons, some a very hard way, but I learned about this beautiful spirit-filled community of the LGBTQ people, and the journey that allowed me to understand laws that affect families like mine. And it was a wake-up call and of the very, very difficult time. But I want to share with you in a journey from 2016. Um, just weeks before the election, there was a lot of fear and anxiety going on between, the moms with gay kids and the community, and there's just a lot of uncertainty surrounding the election. And I remember, like you, probably where you were and who you were with the night that we got that news that Donald Trump was our president. And I remember a couple of moms and we got the Free Mom Hugs banner and we went down to our gay district, 39th Street here in Oklahoma City. And I made a social media post. I let the people know that we were going to be down there, and we set up an empty parking lot. And do you know, we had cars lined up of grown adults, people coming out of the bars and the venues just to get hugs, yes, but more than that, just um, affirmation and encouragement that we're going to stick this through together. We're going to figure this out. We're going to help each other and support each other. And there was a camaraderie there that carried us through 2016. And then there was another pivotal moment in my life that in 2017, it was gay days at our baseball field. And this is where they let people in of the community, and they had themed songs, and there were young people there carrying around their pride flags, and it was a beautiful night. I'm pretty sure we were winning. And a couple of moms and I were there again with the banner, and it was beautiful. But I noticed that there was a group of people over by the food trucks, about my age. They were looking at us like they were just disgusted with us. And I call them scoffers. And I pulled up the definition of scoffer. I know you already know this, but I want to remind you. A scoffer is a person who makes fun of someone or something, often of religion or moral values, who acts with arrogant pride. Does that sound familiar? Someone we know? Uh, but but at that moment, there was a time that I probably would have gone up and talked to these people. I would have tried to have a dialogue with them. But at that moment, I heard a voice in my mind. I believe it's the power of the Holy Spirit say, Sarah, you're not here for the scoffers. You're here for this beautiful community and to celebrate and empower them. And since then, I just focused all my attention on pouring into the community and their families. And that's when we begin to see real fruit. And I remember going home that night being really empowered and at peace. And again, that sense of connection and camaraderie. And so we went through a lot of uncertainty, and now fast forward, here we are, 2024, at the threshold of 2025. And all of a sudden, I didn't even realize how discouraged I was until this new political arena came before us. And I feel like I had to write it down. It says, we stand at the threshold, a platform of this administration that, listen, it's a new day, it's a new dawn, the year of Aquarius, whatever you want to call it. But I thought of the year of Jubilee. Now, you church people will recognize that language. I had to look that up too. But it's a time of refreshing. I started thinking about how I look differently now at the American flag, don't you? And patriotism and freedom and the cross. I had a wooden cross hanging down from my rearview mirror, but there was a time I took it down because I felt guilty by association. It never changed my faith. In fact, my faith, my fellowship of believers, the participating in the faith, all of that has grown so much stronger in this new arena. But here we are at the threshold of reclaiming, um, renewing, and really real joy. And I feel it. I know you do too. And I believe it's a time of jubilee, of reclaiming our freedom, reclaiming America. And I want to go out with this. I believe that the Harris-Walz administration has a vision for the future of this country. I believe that they are equipped to be effective, they have integrity, and they will bring about the right kind of change that we've all been wanting, but we just didn't have the courage or the platform to stand up and do something because we all want to do something. Well, now is our time. And I do believe that they are fully capable and in favor of separating church and state, one that embodies the values of love, justice, equality, and the need to move forward. And I believe that under their leadership, we can see a Jubilee year come to life, a year where every person, regardless of who they love or how they identify, is celebrated and respected. And lastly, I don't understand all the money thing. Again, remember, I was raised never to question it. I don't understand why it takes so much money to do this stuff. Man, what each one of us could do with this, a fraction of the amount that we're raising. But I do understand that it's not only the person, Vice President Kamala Harris or Tim Walz, it's the administration that we're raising money for, that we're raising funding. I do pray for a day. Maybe it won't happen in my lifetime. Well, it really will be the people's vote. But until then, it takes money. And I understand that. I don't have a lot of money. Honestly, I contributed a monthly amount until the election because that's what I can do. But I have a feeling there's many here watching. If you can pray, pray for them. If you can show up for them. If you can give generously, give hilariously. And last thing, I promise to end this with a quote from John Lewis. Listen, nothing can stop the power of a committed and determined people to make a difference in our society. Why? Because human beings, that's you and me, are the most dynamic link to the divine on this planet. We are links and we belong together and we belong here to work towards the common good for our children, for our grandchildren, and we deserve everything good. And we got to nip this shit in the bud and just enough is enough. Am I right? And love really does win. But sometimes it looks like this right here and right now. God bless you all. We got to do this together. And here's a hug.
Free mom hugs.